Hello, welcome back to Maths with Miss Faiza. We are still in ratio. Now we will look on if we are given two ratios. We will be learning for solving problems when you are given with two ratios. So like here we have our first question. We have in the bag there are blue, green and yellow counters. So the ratio of blue counters to green counters is 3:2. So that means this is blue, this is green. Okay, so 3 is referring to blue counters, 2 is referring to green counters. And then the ratio of green counters to yellow counters is 2:5. That means green counters to yellow counters, 2 is referring to green, yellow is referring to 5. Okay, so see, we are given with two ratios, but the two of them, see, you have green and you have green also here. Okay, so now you are given with ratios between two ratios only. What I mean is you are doing ratio within two elements. Okay, like blue to green and then green to yellow. So then we are looking to find the ratio with three elements. See, we have blue to green to yellow. That is what we want to find. So that means we have to find blue to green to yellow. So you see, we have, first thing we do is check the one that is linking together, meaning that in between these two ratios, which is the one that we have in both ratios. So you can see that the one that we have in both ratios is green counters. Green counters we have in the first ratio, green counter also have in the second ratios. So you see, then after that you check the amount of the ratio. Okay, so you see green here in the first ratio is 2, in the second ratio green also 2. So once you have same ratios of the green between these two ratios, that means you can straight away do it. No need for calculation, just straight away do it because the green ratio is already the same. So you see you have 2, right? So just put the green first, and then the blue is 3, and then the yellow is 5. So that is it. That is your answer. Okay, that is your answer for question 1A. Once you have your the same element between two ratios is the same number, like this one we have green is 2, this one also 2. If it's the same number, that means you don't have to do any calculation, you just write down the ratio straight away. Okay, because the ratio is the same. Now, what percentage of the bits are green? Okay, we are looking for percentage of the bits are green. So green we have 2 of the bits, right? So of the bits meaning that total. Remember, please write the question carefully if they are looking for total. So that means you need to total down all the ratios. Total up all the ratios. So total up the ratios, you will get 10. Right, 3 plus 2 plus 5, you will get 10. So this is total. Now we need to find green. Okay, so whenever we find percentage, remember, first thing, find fraction. Okay, find fraction. So you got the total is 10, green is 2, so your fraction will be 2/10. Then after that, we multiply it with hundreds because number 2 multiply with 100. Only then you get the percentage. Okay, so you will get 20%. That is it. That is your answer. Okay, so now let's go to question number 2. Archie made some cupcakes for a charity coffee morning. Okay, then it doesn't look nice. Let me change another color. Okay, so the ratio of chocolate cupcakes to strawberry cupcakes was 3:1. So that means this is chocolate, this is strawberry. 3 is chocolate, strawberry is 1. The ratio of strawberry cupcakes to lemon cupcake was 2:3. So strawberry is 2. In the second ratio, strawberry is 2, lemon cupcake is 3. Okay, so now first thing we do, always remember when we are given two ratios, check the element that has in the same in both ratios. Given two ratios, check the one that we have in both ratios. So you can see here we have strawberry here in the first ratio. We also have strawberry. Second ratio we also have strawberry, right? So that means that is the one that are linking these two ratios together. Then you check the numbers, the ratio. Strawberry in the first ratio is 1, in the second ratio is 2. So you see you have different ratios, which is different from question 1 just now. From question 1 just now, you have green and green, but both of them are same. The value of the ratio is the same between the two ratios. But now here you have the strawberry and strawberry, but the ratios are not the same. So how do you want to do this? Take out the ratios first. We have cupcake, strawberries 3 to 1, chocolate to strawberries, and then we have strawberries to lemon, which is 2 to 3. Okay, so once we have these two ratios which are not the same, the same element doesn't have the same ratio between these two ratios, that means you need to do equivalent ratios. We need to find equivalent ratios. How do we find equivalent ratios? Same thing as we find equivalent fractions. So you see, how do we do this? Okay, if let's say here we have 3 to 1 and 2 to 3. So you need to find equivalent ratios for this one first, and then find equivalent ratios for this one. Once you got strawberry and strawberry here, same numbers from here, that means you can do this ratio. After that, you can do the ratio. Okay, so let's see. For this one, we have 3 to 1. So how do you find equivalent for equivalent ratios? We just multiply the ratio or divide the ratio with some numbers. Okay, so like this one, because we have 1 and 2, it's close together, so we can actually just multiply it with 2. Okay, most of the time once we are trying to look for equivalent ratios, always try to multiply the ratios. So if you multiply the ratios, multiply the smaller ratios. So you see you have 3 to 1 here and 2 to 3 here, so the smaller ratio is between these two, right? So we multiply the smaller ratio. We have the strawberry, let's multiply with 2. So once you multiply here with 2, the chocolate also need to be multiplied by 2. Okay, so you will get a new equivalent ratios, which is chocolate to strawberry. Again, we will get 2 times 3 is 6, 1 times 2 is 2. Okay, so then you see, once you multiply this strawberry with 2, you get 2. Your strawberry in the second ratio is already 2, so you got the same ratios already. So once you got the same ratio, you can just arrange it in the ratios that you want. So the ratios that you want is chocolate to strawberry to lemon. So it would be chocolate, strawberry, lemon. So you see your chocolate here, with the new ratio that you have is 6, so that means it will be 6. Strawberry that you got here, it's 2, here also 2, so that means you get 2. And then for lemon, it's 3 because it doesn't change as well, so it's 3. Okay, so you see you got a nice one already. Okay, let me write it again. It will become 6 to 2 to 3. Alright, that is your answer for A. And then from B, work out the smallest possible number of cupcakes that Archie could have made. Okay, so the smallest possible number of cupcakes that Archie could have made would be, is just meaning that this one smallest possible number is most of the time is the smallest ratio. Okay, smallest ratio. So smallest ratio would be the ratio that you have now, 6, 2 and 3. Can it be simplified? If this ratio here cannot be simplified, that means that is the smallest ratio already. So the possible number of cupcakes that Archie could have made would be 6 plus 2 plus 3. So you will get 11. So possible number of cupcakes that actually could have made is 11 cupcakes. Okay, because they don't say anything about the flavor of the cupcakes, just cupcakes. So that means that is the whole thing. Alright, so that is your answers for B. Okay, so now I want you to please try to do questions. Question 3, the one that I circled in red, please try to do. 2, 4, and then